What can I say except welcome? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be giving you guys an update on ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Maritime Incorporated. Guys, oh my God, I was so excited to talk about this stock here today. And I'm very, very happy for anybody out there that decided to get in a position into this company because, gosh, I feel so freaking good about what is to come with them. So, if you were able to catch my last video, I did post about them I think it would have been yesterday. And I said I expect these guys to pop off pretty hard. And there's also some pretty interesting numbers that I think are going to contribute a lot more to what we've seen so far. So, buckle in for the video. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the fundamentals of the company, what they do overall, as well as the financials, any recent news catalysts that we might be interested in. I am going to show you guys some overall short interest numbers because that is going to play into the potential of CTRM. I think these guys are a great mid to long term hold company, but in the short term, they do have potential for, I would say, at least a small to medium sized squeeze. So that is going to be good. And then finally, we're going to look at the 1 month chart as well as the 1 day, 1 minute chart to get both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of the stock. I've got 3 different indicators pulled up. The RSI, which is the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is overbought. Anything under 30 is oversold. 200 EMA and then the 15-day MA. The 200 EMA is this purple trend line right here. This is the exponential moving average, which is a price action based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period. Then the 15-day MA is the moving average. Some brokerage accounts call this the SMA, which is a simple moving average. And this is a price action based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period. I use these both side by side so that we can get a macroscopic versus microscopic perspective of the price action so we can predict upcoming breakouts. We're going to talk about all these guys. If you have not gotten into this stock, we're going to give you some potential entry points and exit points if you're looking for a quick swing or a mid to long term hold. So buckle into the video, guys. We've got quite a bit to talk about. Now, what do they do, right? Let's just take a quick peek. Castor Maritime is a Cyprus-based company. This company is engaged in the ocean transportation of dry bulk cargoes worldwide through the ownership and operation of bulk carrier vessels. It also aims to increase its fleet through acquisitions of new and modern vessels. So essentially what these guys do, my friends, is they use vessels or large ships to transport dry bulk cargoes across the sea. And this is a really important market because you're never going to walk away and be able to escape that no matter how much you transport through the air, for instance, right? You cannot transport near as much material as you can through a large scale bulk carrier vessel. So this is always going to be a market that exists, right? And the more that they acquire fleets, the more that you expect these guys to grow. Honestly, I think they're worth a lot more than what they're currently trading at, which is 83 cents. Personally, I think this should be a $10 plus company already. If that gives you an idea of where I think this is going to go. And if we do look at the news here really quick, we can see that they just announced 4 days ago a new vessel acquisition. So I'm going to pull this up really quick and just show you what I'm talking about. So this would have been on February 3rd. Castor Maritime, a global shipping company specializing in the ownership of dry bulk vessels, announced that it entered through a separate, wholly owned subsidiary into an agreement to purchase a 2009 Japan-built Castor Max dry bulk carrier from an affiliated third party for a purchase of $14.5 million. The more that they acquire these vessels, my friends, the better off this company is going to be. And I say that because this is essentially like an Uber driver acquiring a vehicle in order to deliver Uber Eats or to pick up people and drop them off, right? Without the vehicle, without that investment, you can't make the money. So if we look at their financial situation, right? Look at it over the last annual year. They were green, right? They were positive gross profit, about 293% positive, which is pretty solid for 2019. 2020, if I had to guess, my friends, probably not going to be much different, but it may be a little bit. They've been spending a lot of time and a lot of money acquiring these vessels, which down the road is going to generate more revenue. So that is a good thing that I wanted to point out to you guys. I'm going to pull up their website really quick and just show you what these guys do. So if we just take a quick peek, we're committed to promoting honest and ethical business conduct throughout our operations. It's Castor, it's shipping, it's magic. We are a growth-oriented global shipping company engaged in the seaborne transportation of a wide range of dry bulk commodities along worldwide shipping routes through our ownership of dry bulk vessels. And if we look at their press releases, I'm assuming the last thing that they have released is this vessel acquisition, as I did mention. February 1st, they also acquired another vessel. January 22nd, they filed a $15.3 million debt refinancing, which is also solid. 20th, they also acquired another vessel. Guys, you get the whole picture here. They are a very proactive company focused on improving their overall financial situation, which is going to bring good value to shareholders. Now, one thing that I want to show to you guys that I find very interesting is the CTRM short interest. I'm going to pull this up on Fintel for you guys just so you can get a quick peek. And as of February 5th, there was 98.20 million in short volume, which is 34% of the total market volume on the day. Now, if we check out their chart really quick, I think these numbers are actually off, and I'll tell you why. If you look here at this graph, what this is telling us is the date and then the percent of short volume ratio. If we look here on February, what would have been February 5th, we can see that it's actually just shy of 70% in overall short volume, which is extremely, extremely high. That means that this stock is very heavily shorted, and these numbers may actually not be correct. And if you've been tracking the AMC situation, my friends, you already know that Fintel is doing some kind of sketchy stuff. And these numbers, I 100% believe 70% is a lot closer to the actual short interest, the short volume into the stock, which could produce a pretty gnarly squeeze in the short term. So right off the bat, we know that we've got a good company, right? We know that as long as they continue to acquire vessels, they've been proactive about refinancing their debt, right? Which is a good thing. Personally, I would hold this company as a mid to long-term investment. I do not currently have a position in CTRM in my account. I'll show you guys right now my positions. I got Leslie as a free stock through my Webull affiliate link. I have HGTC, Nokia, AMC, and it's not in my Fidelity account at the moment. I will be reestablishing a position, my friends, and once I do that, I will tell you. But I do think CTRM is going to treat you extremely, extremely well. Now we're going to look at the charts here, right? What are we looking at? Well, if you take a quick peek at a Fibonacci retracement, this is a good way of telling us the strength of a stock and how it retraces, right? So check this out. We draw up, you can do this yourself as well. You put the base at the bottom of a run-up, the bottom, right? And the top at the peak, including the candle wick. And what this does is tells you how much you gave back on a run-up. So if you gave back 0%, you would have stayed the same. Giving back half of the initial run-up from the base, right? You're looking at 0.741. A good stock will retrace 50%. But we did see it retrace to about 78.6. This did get roped into that WSB situation. So I think that you saw a little bit of a pump and dump situation here. But it did stabilize very, very nicely at the 61.8% retracement. And you do see also the 50% retracement is acting as a nice level of support for the stock. That is crucial. That is a very, very good thing to see. And this is going to be important because it may act as a potential entry point in the future. Not as of now, right? We're most likely looking now at about here at 83.8 cents. If you wanted to get in the near term, right? Not wait for a couple days, want to get in and ride this initial wave up with a potential squeeze, right? That 83.8 level is going to be very significant. So I wanted to point that out to you guys. Right now on the RSI, it is trading at 76. So it is a little overbought, right? It's got a lot of really solid buying momentum, a lot of buying pressure. We don't like buying stocks when they're over 70 on the RSI. However, if you are looking for a quick swing opportunity, it is possible to buy in near or at this level as long as you set a trailing stop loss for maybe 5%, 7%, 10%. That way, if it does end up dropping, get out, get back in once it bounces at a better entry point. You'll make your losses back and then some. I 100% guarantee that. So if you want to get in immediately, 83.8, if you missed the boat on my video from yesterday, you weren't able to get here in the pre-market, right? This is going to treat you very well as an entry point. I would watch for 83.8 or so, 83.6. That is going to be a very solid entry point into this stock. You're going to be able to ride up on this 1, 2, 3 day run into this squeeze. I really do think CTRM is going to retest $1.10. Honestly, I think sometime this week you're going to see this test $1.50, which sounds crazy because that's almost a 100% run up from where we are right now. But my friends, I'm telling you, numbers are what the numbers are. I 100% believe the short volume is nearly 70% of the total market volume from last Friday, February 5th. This is a very, very high number. We've got a large gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. What does that mean? Well, if you'd gotten into the stock back when I'd mentioned that you see this crossover right here, right? When you see this big gap up, this is typically an indication of an upcoming run, right? You would have been able to get in. Yeah, you would have been a little nervous because you would have got in at maybe 36 cents, drops all the way back down to 55 cents, or you could have sold out, right? Sold at the peak, came back in at 55, and then got back in. Either way, you were going to be looking really solid 1 week from now. And I'll tell you that because this is a blip in terms of what I think CTRM is capable of, my friends. I genuinely think this company is worth $10 per share right now. Right now. This is an undervalued company, and it's going to treat you extremely well if you establish a position in this for the mid to long term. Well, that's how the chart setup looks right now. Honestly, if there's one other thing I wanted to point out to you, my friends, it is this. You see this nice squeeze down in price action. And what's happening? Well, let me show you. So essentially what you have when you see the squeeze down in price action and this condensing, right? What's happening? Well, basically, you are giving confirmation to buyers that a stock is consolidating, right? Because nobody wants to buy into a stock when it's always going like this. It's always going up and down because you can't predict that. When a stock is consolidating, this is slightly favoring bullish territory. The longer it consolidates, the more it squeezes down in price action. You can think of it as loading a spring. And once it broke this top trend line with this wide range candle bars you see right here, the spring was broken. It popped. This is the beginning of the pop. Right now, as it sits, this stock is in a nice upward moving channel. What happened? Well, it broke that upward moving channel. We can see here with a wide range candle bar. That typically indicates that there is an upcoming run. I anticipate that this previous ascending level of resistance is going to act as an ascending level of support. You're likely going to see a new channel form out of this situation right here. Man, I'm so pumped because I've been saying, my friends, CTRM is going to pop. This is going to be a good stock. I really hope you're able to take advantage of that. So, to double down, if you're looking for an entry point, you missed my previous video, you were not able to establish a position into CTRM, I do think that getting it at 83 cents is going to treat you pretty well. Get an even better price than that, right? What are you going to be looking at? Well, you can see any sort of pullback. Right now, we're trading at 76 on the RSI. And if we look here at all levels of support and resistance, it does appear that the next significant level to me is going to be right around here at about 79.4. We got 1, 2, 3 different touch points, 4 different touch points, right? So this to me is going to be a very significant level. And if you see a pullback anywhere between 79.4 and what would look like about 83 cents, I think that is going to be a good entry point into the stock. Wait for that micro pullback. You can ride this mini squeeze to medium-sized squeeze up, right? Take profits if you'd like. But I do think you're going to be making a lot more money. You're going to be leaving some briefcases on the table if you take the bag and you don't wait this out. Going to come back here to the one-day chart just to get any last-minute confirmations. You can see here in the pre-market, we saw a nice filthy gap up, right? A little bit of consolidation, squeezing down in price action. And honestly, if we just take a quick peek at this, looks like it's repeating microscopically what we've seen macroscopically. It's loading the spring, right? And once we break this trend line, right, the top trend line, it is going to pop again. Well, I hope that you guys are able to take advantage of this. I hope that you saw my video that I posted on this, and that is what I have for you today. So if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. Webull is a great brokerage platform. The one you're watching me use right now, this is version 4 for the desktop. Use my link, you get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel. If you're not interested, my friends, that's totally fine. I just appreciate your support by taking the time to watch my video. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you all next time.